Welcome to Burden Bearing Coaching Corner. Today I just want to give you a short little story that a friend of mine told me, something that happened with him, that is hopefully a reminder to you of how important opportunities can be in adding value in someone else's life. My friend is an eye doctor in Florida, and he was sharing with me there was this one day he came out to the waiting room to get the next patient, and it was an older lady, probably in her 80s, maybe even 90. And the receptionist kind of pulled him aside and said, "Hey, listen, just so you know, she's been asking quite a bit if she's going to have her glasses by 2 o'clock. So she's probably going to ask you." So he took her back and kind of prepared her for the exam and told her what to expect and said to her, "Now, do you have any questions of me?" And she said, "Well, I just was curious if my glasses are going to be ready by 2. And he gave her kind of the standard answer of, we'll do the very best we can. Don't really know. It's busy, so we'll try our best. It just depends on how the day kind of goes. And so he did the exam and got all done and kind of explained to her what she needed for glasses and what the exam looked like and how things went, and asked her if she had any last questions. And she said, "Well, I was just kind of curious," kind of shaking her head, kind of embarrassed a little because she knows she was asking again, "Are my glasses going to be ready by 2? So he just stopped for a moment and he said, "Listen, I just have to know." He said, "I tell you what, I'll answer your question, but I've got to know, what is it about 2 o'clock? And he's thinking in her head, somebody's coming to pick her up. She's got some kind of appointment. She's got to meet somebody for something. And she kind of put her head down and got quiet for a moment. And she said, "Well, my husband of 60 years, his funeral's at 2 o'clock. And I can't see very good without my glasses. And I just want to be able to see him really well, to say goodbye one last time." Well, as you can well imagine, my friend was taken back just a bit and trying to hold back the tears. And he looked at her and he said, "I tell you what, I guarantee you, I promise you, we'll have your glasses ready by 2 o'clock. So she had to go back out to the waiting room, and so he got up to help her. She was a little feeble, and offered his arm, and they were walking down the hallway to go back to the waiting room, and all of a sudden it hit him. 60 years ago, someone was walking her down an aisle to meet her husband for the first time. And here he was, with the privilege and the honor of walking her down this hallway as she prepared to go say goodbye one last time to her husband of 60 years. I just want you to think today, there's a lot of opportunities that come in our lives almost daily. Some we may never really fully get or understand, and some we might. But don't minimize any opportunity to touch somebody's life, to make a small difference in some way, because you just never know how you might be adding value to their life. May God bless you. Thank you for joining me on Burden Bearing Coaching Corner.